Before to end with this last day of this forum, I would like now to give the floor to Ludovic Charbonnel. We discussed about the approach, the systematic approach, the strategic approach of the process of digitalization. And to end, we'd like to make a focus on a tool that can serve the internationalization process of a university. As you know, and maybe you have already attended, IFCU is organizing activities with some digital or edtech partners in order to help our university members to know about digital solutions that can help them in their digital transformation. So today we are pleased to give the floor to Ludovic Charbonnel from ChallengeMe. He's the co-founder of this French organization. Ludovic, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Great.
Thank you, Nicolas, for the invitation. I will share my screen. So thank you very much for the introduction, Nicolas. So I'm Ludovic Charbonnel. I'm the co-founder of ChallengeMe. Today I will show you not really the tool, but more the pedagogical approach that we have in ChallengeMe. So we are what we call a peer review and peer learning solution. So today I will try in really short time to introduce about peer review and peer grading. So when we spoke about peer review and peer grading, for us there is two types of activities. The first one is what we call the cross assessment. So we will ask to a student to review another work of students. So we have really three stages: an exercise, a feedback stage, and a result stage. So it's one type of activity. But when we spoke about peer review, you can have also what we call an intra-group evaluation. So intra-group is a little bit different. So you will ask the students to evaluate another students, and the students have worked with him in a group session. So it's two types of activities. And if we spoke about benefits of peer review, the first one is really the pedagogical approach. Students have a better and deeper learning. It's more durable. They have a better understanding of their mistakes because when you receive not just one feedback, but maybe 3, 4, 5, or 10 feedback from other students, it's more interesting for students to understand their mistakes. The second benefits of peer review, it's really the motivation. They have a better commitment. They work with more cooperation. Also, they like to have a variety of activities. So it's really interesting to motivate and engage students. What we saw, we work with a lot of different schools, business schools, university, college, high schools. So it's really different, but what we saw is that really students are really motivated to do peer review and peer learning activities. It's really interesting for us to have a better learning, but also to have a variety and more cooperation in their learning. The third benefits, it's more for teachers, but it's really a time saver. Teacher, the average activities that we have in our platform is between 30 students to 1,000. When you have to grade several hundred students, it can be a little bit time consuming. So with a peer review activities, it can be interesting to supervise, to understand the misunderstanding elements You can focus really on the misunderstanding elements. You can co-create the criteria with students. So it's really interesting to have a better learning and with more, with more time to focus really on something interesting. And last but not least, when you spoke about intra-group activities, or to remember, it's students that will evaluate another students that he work with. So really, for this kind of activities, it's really interesting to see the skills, the soft skills that develop the students. So they have a better teamwork, they develop critical and reflection skills, they have a better communication. So it's really interesting to develop soft skills, student soft skills. The other benefits can be to identify the free rider. Because when you work with students in a group, sometimes you have one person or two person in a group that doesn't do anything. So it can be interesting with an intra-group evaluation to identify this free rider. One example can be what we've done with EM Lyon in France. It's for us really for them, really the peer review. It's really what we call the intra-group. They do about, I don't know, 89% of their activities are really in intra-group, and the main goal is really to develop the capacity of students to work as a group and have an efficient way to work as a group. So, have received feedback every 2 weeks about how the group worked. Is it good? If they have a good communication? So it's really interesting to have this kind of use cases. For others, like schema, it can be more, like an activity to enhance the cross review. So they do work group, and after the work, the students will have two evaluation to do. First, they will have to evaluate over group work on, I don't know, maybe on 5 or 6 criteria. And also they will have to evaluate their own group and all the member of their own group. So they accumulate the two peer review evaluation. So it's interesting to have at the end a graduation that they can use in the semester or this kind of thing. So, and what do ChallengeMe to enhance this peer review? Our goal is really to make peer grading more capable and simpler. We observe that there is not a lot of tools that do this kind of activity. I think we are 4 in the world to do that. It's one American solution, 2 Nordics, sorry, and 1 American and us. And for sure, some tools like Moodle have the peer review integrated in their solution, but it's really complex to use. It's really limited. So you cannot do intra-group, you cannot do cross review in group. So it's really limited. So our goal is really to have something really flexible and something really simple to use for our teachers and also for students. So we have the ACSB agreement. We work with Moodle, we work with Brightspace, Blackboard. So we are really integrated in this solution. Maybe if I have 5 minutes more, I can show you how it works in a Moodle environment. So here I am in the Moodle and Moodle tool. So we are considered as an activity in Moodle. So like I said, when you do cross review, you have 3 steps. So first, we will have to ask students to work on something. So on the left, you have the thing that we want the students to do. On the left, you have the answers box. So answers can be a text, or it can be a file, it can be a video, it can be a PDF, anything. The main things about our solution is that students can work as an individual, but they can also work as a group. So it can be interesting to have a group work here. You know, I am with Agathe, Ted, Nicolas, and we work together to push a file or to push a work on the platform. So the second step, the more important, is the feedback steps. So here we will ask students to evaluate other student work. So on the left, what criteria, what feedback do you want to have on the work? And on the left, you will see the works, and you will evaluate on the criteria that the teacher created before. And you will also write a feedback. So feedback can be global, or it can be a specific feedback, you know, on the orthograph or the communication skills, or it can be, you know, and any criteria that's created before the teacher. And you will do that on every work that you will receive automatically by the platform. So teacher will configure the activities before and say, okay, every student will wait 3 works, 4 works, 1 works. He decide what is the more interesting thing for students and for them. And at the end of this kind of activities, students will receive feedback from their peers. They can evaluate the feedback received. So it can be interesting to have what we call a back feedback. So feedback on the feedback to see if there is help for them with this kind of activities. Teacher can also show them the grade they receive. It's not mandatory. The teacher will choose if they want to show them the score and the notation. One more important thing, you can have what we call a referent, a coach, a leader that came on the evaluation phase to grade. So it's not a really 100 peer-to-peer. You can have a teacher, you can have students, you can have different type of population that can also grade the work of other students. And if I show you rapidly how it works in what we call the intra-group. So in the intra-group, it's the same interface, but on the right, you don't have the work of students. You will have the name of the students that you're working for. So here I have Agathe, Nicolas, Marine, Elise. So I will grade them more on soft skills. So it's more about the quality of the works, the communication that we have in the group, the capacity to help each other. So I will rate every member of my group. Really, the goal of this activity is really to help the group work better and really to develop the soft skills of the students. I will also do in this activity an auto-evaluation. So it can be interesting to see the perception of the students on these works and see to confront this perception to the others in the group. So this is the way this is the things that we do with ChallengeMe. Like I said, we work with different profile of schools. It can be university, it can be business school, engineering school, college, high school. So we have a lot of different use cases. So don't hesitate if you have any question or if you want to see more, you know, if you have a question about some use cases, don't hesitate to ask a question.